And thank you for joining us. We are just here to record next week's Daily Doses. And we shouldn't take us too long. We've got them already set up. So, what's first on the schedule over there for us today?
First on the schedule, do you believe that each of us has a soulmate?
Sure, let's start with that one. Why not?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to pick up on your microphone.
That is?
Yeah. Just turn it off between takes. Okay. All right. So, soulmates. Do we all have a soulmate? That's an interesting question. And I am vamping because I've got to get set up over here. I was so worried about the stream, I forgot to get set up for recording the podcast.
That's all right.
Because that's what happens. Record.
Mic check.
Yeah. So you are good over there?
I'm good over here.
All right. So I'm gonna have to turn that on for a minute. Oh, something's playing. What is playing? There it is. Okay. So you are good over there?
I'm good over here.
Okay, so there we go. We're all set. Okay, you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, my lovey. What do we have today?
Do you believe that each of us has a soulmate?
You know, the romantic part of me wants to say yes. You know, I want to believe that there's a person out there that is just for you. That there's only that one other person. But at the same time, let's be real. I don't actually think it's technically true. Now, realistically, is there only one person in your lifetime that you may come across that will mesh well enough with you to seem like your soulmate? That's possible. You know, you might meet a few thousand people in your life, maybe even 10,000. But, you know, how many of them are you going to be able to spend day in and day out with for years, decades? One, maybe. So in a sense, in a realistic sense, yeah, there probably is a soulmate there for you. But in the grand, big scheme of things, no, there's probably, 100,000 people on the planet who you could settle down with.
I don't like soulmate because it has connotations of that there's no effort involved.
No, I don't think it's that there's a connotation that there's no effort to keep it going, to maintain a relationship. It's that you instantly mesh, that you almost instantly know. And there's some truth to that. Now, sometimes only one person knows. Sometimes it's both. But, you can feel that bolt of lightning. But it goes away if you're not careful. If you don't manage it, you can ruin a great thing by inattention. So you can have your soulmate and lose it. Not because they're not your soulmate, but because you weren't paying attention. Or they weren't paying attention. And they didn't get the work done. Life isn't about perfection. Life is about the imperfections and how you deal with them, how you overcome them. And, finding your soulmate just means you find someone to help you do that without harsh judgment. And you share that together. And that's your daily dose of love.
Okay, I like that one.
Okay.
That was 156?
I guess so. Yeah. I have run over my cable again. There we go. Excuse me.
156.
Soulmates, yeah. So I'm calling it anyway.
Yes.
All right, so what else we got?
Hold on. What do you do when you're faced with situations that make you feel unsure about yourself?
Okay. All right, we'll let you warm up for a second. Do 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 do.
I'm such a princess.
Yeah, you're such a princess. So what do we have on tap so far this week? Do we have anything on tap for Saturday? I mean, it's only what the hell day is it? Tuesday?
No, but I got a Dear Lovey letter.
Oh, sweet. So we've got a Dear Lovey letter coming for Saturday. That's cool. I don't even know what day. It's Tuesday. Yeah, okay. I thought it was Tuesday. I'm lost in what days it is. Oh, this bad weather hurts my knees. Okay. Here. Okay. All the bad weather hurts my knees. Anyway. That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
So what is it?
What can you do when you're faced with situations that make you feel unsure about yourself?
Okay. Okay, Lovey. What are we doing today?
What can you do when you're faced with situations that make you feel unsure about yourself?
Well, it depends how much time you have. I mean, if you have time to kind of work your way through it, you've got one strategy where you figure out what it is you're actually afraid of. Are you feeling like an imposter? Are you not prepared? So do you just go better prepare? Are you doing something that you're sure you can do, but it's new, and so you're just unsure because it's something new, but you've got all the talents, you've done all the prep work, it's just you're feeling new. So that's one set of things, and those you don't worry about those because that's just kind of normal general nervousness. In a sense, I don't want to say you power through it, but you power through it, you work through it, because it's not, your uncertainty just comes from unfamiliarity. It doesn't come from you feeling that you don't belong. It just comes, it's new, and it's almost exciting, but it's not. It's like giving a presentation at work for the first time. Right? You might be completely competent and able to do it. You've got your numbers down pat. You've practiced in front of strangers at your mom's house, and so you've got everything down. And so you're going to be fine, but you're still going to be nervous. And it's normal. It's just your body telling you to be ready, to be prepared, to be on point. It's fine. The trouble comes when it's more than that. It's deeper than that. When you don't feel you belong. When, despite all your work, despite being perfectly competent, you still don't feel you belong. Because that you can't power through. Well, I mean, you can, but it hurts yourself. And you end up stumbling because you're thinking about what people are going to be thinking about what you're saying rather than just working through what you're perfectly capable of doing. You become your own worst enemy. This one I know very well because I resemble that remark. It's, as someone with an anxiety disorder, that's kind of how you live every day. Everything. You don't feel like you belong. Going to the store, despite the fact you have bought a hamburger 1,000 times before, you still feel like you're going to somehow mess up your hamburger order. you somehow feel that no matter how many times you've done it, no matter how many times you've proven you're competent, no matter how many times you've proven you belong, you still don't feel that you belong. That's a very different path. And you can learn techniques to help your personal self through it. And I can, we could sit here and go through mine, and we don't have time. But what you have to understand is you have to find yours. But long term, you have to deal with your inner dragon. You have to become friends with it. You have to learn to let it help you, not hurt you. And there's no easy path, and there's no 10 steps I can give you. It's a difficult journey. But no, you're not alone. Many people make it. You're stronger than you think you are. And that's what you have to remember. Is that you are stronger than you think you are. You're there because you're stronger than you think you are. If nothing else, believe in the people who believe in you. Start with that and build yourself around that. If that's all you have, hold on to it. Build on that. Well, I don't believe in myself, but my boss believes in me. So I'm going to trust his judgment. He's not an idiot, so I'm going to trust his judgment. And do it. The worst thing that can happen in your mind isn't actually failure. It's success. And when you understand that, then you can start moving forward. And that is your daily dose of love. And that was a really long one.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
No, 4:45.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Whoops. Well, a long one here and there isn't that big of a deal, I guess. I guess I had more to say than I thought. It took me a while to figure it out. I should probably redo that one, but I don't want to.
Well, we should cover it on Late Night Love.
Apparently. Okay, what was it?
Look at unsure situations. And that's 157.
Okay.
I need a drink.
Okay. So what's coming up next?
At what age do you think people should think of settling down? That reads rough. What age should people think of settling down? At what age should people think of settling down?
Rage. Rage to the dying of the light. I think that's what we should do. You should rage. Okay, we ready?
Yes.
Excuse me. Okay, Lubby, what do we have today?
At what age should people think of settling down?
We're going to have to start over. Sorry. I screwed up. I forgot what I was going to say. God damn it, stop recording. All right, ready?
Ready?
Okay, my lovey. What do we have today?
At what age should people think of settling down?
Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage! Rage against the dying of the light. You should never settle down. That doesn't mean you don't find a life partner. That doesn't mean you don't find settle down and have a family and build a stable life for yourself. But I don't think you ever want to really settle into a rut. It becomes too easy to forget the whole flavor of life that way. You can become too focused on settling down, and you can forget that the whole point in life is to pursue happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's a creed of the American people for a reason. It doesn't guarantee happiness. It's the pursuit of happiness. The desire to make you and your loved ones and your family and your community happy ultimately is what makes you happy. So when you talk about what age should you settle down, that's an individual question. There's some people who should probably never settle down, get married, have kids. Even if they might be great parents, it's not in their nature. They're wanderers, they're travelers, they're artists. It's not, they're better off doing their thing. And then there are those who are meant to settle down in the traditional sense. They're meant to settle down, have a house full of kids, a more traditional family. There's nothing wrong with that. And if that's at 19, 25, 30, it's all dependent upon you and your partner and your stages in life and what your long-term goals are. No one else can tell you that. Not me, not your parents, not your grandparents, not society, not your teacher, not your counselor, not your pastor. Only you can tell you that. But long term, what you want to do is make sure you honor yourself. Whatever you choose to do, make sure you honor yourself. Make sure you honor your journey. And then that question will answer itself. And that is your daily dose of love.
Interesting.
What?
That was interesting. I like when you answer questions by not answering the question.
Because there's no answer to that question. How the hell can I answer that question for anybody? I can barely know that myself. There's no answer. Some questions have no answers. That's the trick. Accepting that is the trick in life. All right. So what was the
158.
Yes.
Settling down.
Okay.
Age, settle down.
When to settle.
When to settle.
The back end of these things. I'm a funny man. I'm a funny man. Okay, so what's the next one?
Motivational quotes. Do they serve a purpose?
Okay. You can warm yourself up. No one's watching, so you can warm yourself up. And I don't turn these into podcasts. So. And why anybody would watch these not live is beyond me.
Well, we are riveting.
I'm just saying. I mean, why you would sit there and watch this. I mean, I can understand why you'd watch it live because you can interact, you can ask questions.
Uh-huh.
There, you know, you can actually do things. But why you'd want to watch it in replay? I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't. But we do this as much just to get in the habit as it is to actually do it.
Yeah.
So, because we got to get in the habit. Because eventually we actually do something. I was supposed to work on my book today, but I didn't get to it. Anyway, I still not done writing emails. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay, me lovey. What do we got today?
Motivational quotes. Do they serve a purpose?
Well, if they serve a purpose for you, then yes, they serve a purpose.
Day at a time.
Yeah, do they always serve a purpose? No. Sometimes the purpose is just to get you thinking. It's not really a desire to change your life. It's not the point. The point is to give you something to think about, give you something to contemplate. Or in my case, when I don't use them as motivational quotes. What I use is quotes of thought inspiration. You know, things like what the Dalai Lama, know the rules, or learn the rules so you know how to break them properly. You know, and kind of it's my favorite one these days. It's you learn how to operate in the world properly so you know where you can break the system. So you know not just the weak points, so you can know how to do it without getting yourself in trouble. So you can do it most effectively without causing damage to people and things. And it's not just so you can, because you don't want to break things just to break things. The whole point of the quote is you want to be able to break the system without breaking the world around it. And so for me, quotes are not for inspiration, for motivational inspiration, they're for thought inspiration. And so everybody sees them differently, and some people don't need them. And so they see an inspirational quote, and it's, you know, it's annoying, even, because it doesn't serve any purpose for them. But for those who it does, they can be very meaningful. You know, if you're someone who has struggled with depression, and motivational quotes help you get through your day or through your week. And, you know, you wake up, you rip off your motivational quote for the day, and it helps you avoid the negative thought loop. Then why would anybody complain about it? You know, so the question isn't whether they serve a purpose. The question is, do they serve a purpose for you? And if they do, then great. Go for it. And if they don't, then don't use them. You know, life can be simple sometimes. You know, if you like something, you do more of it if it's good for you. If you don't like something, then don't do it. Especially when it's something like a motivational quote, because all you have to do is not read them. It's quite literally your own choice. But if they give you value, if they help you see the world differently, if they help you have a better day, don't feel bad. Because that's the whole point of being here. There's no reason to suffer. You know, if your quote makes you feel better, then read them away. And that's your daily dose of love. Okay.
Good one, babe.
I'm starting to wind down. Okay. I haven't taken much of a break today.
We only have one more to do.
Yes. Oh, what the hell is the name of that?
Motivational quotes.
Okay. God, I can't spell. I know how to spell that.
159.
I hate when I can't spell things I know how to spell.
Oh God, those just really make me crazy.
I know how to spell that. Why can't I spell it? I guess technically it's I can't type it, I suppose, is probably the more accurate description of the problem. All right. Okay, what are we doing again?
What do you think prevents people from realizing their dreams? Last one. Last one, honey.
Okay.
Well, let's sit on this for a second.
Yeah, end on a heavy one. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell. And I can tell. We're on camera. I'm gonna tell.
Okay, come on, let's get this going here.
Before you get in trouble, that's what happens. I see how that goes. Someone's getting bored over there. All right. Okay, what is it again?
What do you think prevents people from realizing their dreams?
Okay, me love. What do we have today?
What do you think prevents people from realizing their dreams?
Well, generically, I would say it's probably fear of success, fear of rejection. No, sorry. I got the wrong one. I was actually fear of rejection, and I had changed it from fear of success, and I went and said fear of success anyway. So, you ready?
Ready?
Okay, me love. What do we have today?
What do you think prevents people from realizing their dreams?
I suspect it's fear of rejection probably plays the largest role. I mean, like anything in this life, there's a rainbow of reasons. But if you kind of had to boil down what's the single largest reason, it's probably fear of rejection. People are afraid of having those they care about not understand them, not support them. Think, oh, that's a crazy idea. You can't do that. You should go get a regular job instead. Because often people's dreams, to people outside that dream, don't seem realistic. What? You want to start a car modification business? Well, why do you want to do that? Just go get a job at the auto mechanics. Just go become an auto mechanic. Whatever it happens to be. Instead of chasing your dream, people try to tell you to do the smart thing, which often is smart, but no one changed the world by doing the smart thing, by doing the safe thing. Few people's dreams are to work in an office for 40 years. Be safe, get your pension, retire comfortably. It's not really the dream. It's safe, and I can understand why people do it, because safety can overpower the desire for your dream. You may really wanted to have been a astronaut, but it was safer to become an engineer for the state. So you became an engineer for the state. Right? The chance of success in one was high. Chance of failure in the other was high. So you went to the one where you had a high chance of success. It's rational. But it's not your dream. And so your fear of being rejected because you failed. But that's not why you would be rejected. It's usually all in your head. Yeah, there would be people who would be, I'm trying to find a pleasant word to say, not full bore for your dream. Maybe they would even constantly remind you that they didn't think you should do that. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're rejecting you. In a sense, you've spoiled their dream. That often happens with parents. Parents want you to be a doctor, but you go off and become a microbiologist. And, well, I wanted you to be a doctor. Yeah, but I'm a world-renowned microbiologist. But I wanted you to be a doctor. And you've spoiled their dream. And in a sense, it's not that they reject you, it's just they can't wrap their head around it. And you should try, because they're your parents and you love them, to just love them through it. They'll come around. And if they don't, well, you get to choose who's in your life. If people aren't happy because you're chasing your dream, then maybe they shouldn't be in your life as much. Because you don't have time to spend people. We're already 4.5 minutes. And it's gone too long. We're going to have to redo that one.
Okay.
Or we're going to have to choose a different one. No, I can shorten it. What is it again?
What do you think prevents people from realizing their dreams?
Okay. Problem is, first time I could have ended it, it was only 2 minutes. I'm like, crap. And I went on for freaking and answered it again. So. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. I'm like, no. This is going on too long. Cut it out. All right. Okay, me love. What are we doing today?
What do you think prevents people from realizing their dreams?
Well, the easy answer is fear. But the real answer is fear of what? It's a fear of success, fear of failure, fear. Blah, blah, blah.
Do you want to come back to this later?
No, I've got the answer. I've actually shortened it in my head. I was just tripping over my words. It had nothing to do with,
We're so spoiled.
I was simply, you saw the episode of Sports Night, right? Where he just couldn't say
Nagivny.
Or was it, you give me? Anyway, you give me. And he keep saying, you give me. It was, you give me. And he was saying, you give me. Yeah, anyway, he was saying it wrong. It's just kind of the same thing. I just was tripping over my tongue. I was just tripping over my tongue.
Okay, come on.
That's what she said. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, me love. What do we have today?
What do you think prevents people from realizing their dreams?
Well, I would think it's probably fear. But the deeper question is fear of what? Fear of failure? Fear of success? Fear of rejection? That's probably individual, like so many things we talk about here. We all fit somewhere on this spectrum, the rainbow of life. And so the exact thing that holds any individual back is going to be different than holds somebody else. So you have to figure out what it is you are afraid of. Are you afraid of your friends, family, and peer group thinking your idea is crazy? You afraid of your parents wanting something else for you? The stereotype is your parents want you to become a doctor and you want to become an artist or a musician. And even if you're a success, your parents never seem happy because they think you could have been like the world's greatest doctor. And it's not that they've rejected your dream or rejected you. It's that in a sense you spoiled their dream. They built their dream up in their head and they never quite gave you the freedom to write it yourself. And they're having trouble making that adjustment. But if you love them and you approach it with kindness and compassion, over time they'll come around. And over time your friends and family and peer group will come around if they are initially unsupportive. Really the biggest thing you have to fear is yourself. That you don't accidentally undercut your own success. That you're not so afraid of failure that you're actually afraid of success. That you're afraid of succeeding because it will expose you to being the fraud that some part deep down inside of you thinks is true. Some part of you thinks you shouldn't be there. That you're an imposter. Despite your success, despite the fact that you've proven you're not, some part of you still feels you are. So you sabotage yourself. Find some way to prove it's not true. It's a mindset I know well. And the way through it is to trust in those who believe in you. If you have a boss who believes in you and you don't believe in yourself, then believe in them. If you have friends who you can trust, who are honest with you, and they believe in you, then trust in them if you don't trust in you. If you have customers who believe in you, then believe in them. Sometimes loving yourself is the hardest thing to do. Because for whatever reason, we don't always like ourselves. But if you want to succeed, it starts with loving yourself. That is your daily dose of love.
Very good, very good.
It's still long, 4:09, but not too bad.
That was 160.
All righty. And that means we are out of here. And well, we get a viewer and we're done. So, just in case for our viewer, we were just finishing up our daily doses. We recorded 5 for the day for next week. Or I guess we've got tonight, so I guess they start tomorrow.
They start tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get farther ahead one of these days. Anyway, so from me and Lebby, I've had a long day writing emails. So we've got a Dear Lebby letter Saturday. What else do we have on Saturday? Anything else on tap?
No.
No Nope, we haven't had production meeting for Saturday yet. So other than we have a Dear Lubby letter on tap, we don't have anything else.
Not yet.
All right. So we are out of here. We will see you guys and Saturday. Check back every day for the daily doses. If you'd like to help us out, you can catch us on patreon.com/late night love. You can send me a tweet at jazzrack and Twitter, or you can send Lubby an email over there at love@latenightLove.us.
Love to hear from you.
There we go. Patreon.com/late night love. Please do us all a favor. Like, subscribe, share to the channels. Share around your favorite daily doses. Don't share them all. Just share your favorite ones. We don't want you to go spamming your friends. Just pick a favorite one or two and share them on occasion. And you could actually do us a big favor. So, any closing thoughts there, Lub?
No, everyone have a good night.
All right, good night, everybody. We will see you next time. And please remember to love everybody. Where's my mouse? There it is.